All right. Wait a second. October. Okay. It's not, wait, what's the name? Is this not talking about? No. If it's up. No. If I make it, I gotta feel the crowd. Myself to try it. Yeah, like they. I'm gonna do this. I am. Oh, I'm gonna tell you about this. I see you. I've been doing this for years. I worry. It's not.
He's going down there.
Hey, listen, I didn't have to log in anything. I had to log in. Yeah, I only got to do the entire. All right. We're live. All right. We're I now call this meeting to order at 5:11 p.m. Senator Yaboya, can you lead us in the fight song? All right, we're now going to move into a roll call. President Rhymes, Vice President Sani, Treasurer Mauricio, Attorney General Bennett, Chief of Staff Adewole, Deputy Chief of Staff Odesanya. There we go. Director Oyewole, Assistant Director Montano, Director Ali, Assistant Director Bullock, Director Allen, Assistant Director Ajay, Director Johnson, Director Reyes, Assistant Director Paredes, Director McMillan, Assistant Director Scott, Director Gross, Director Fletcher, Assistant Director Efeji, Director Brisbane, Assistant Director Talbert, Director Matawuba, Assistant Director Hurley, Director Moultrie, Assistant Director Basak, Director Mays, Assistant Director Saki Mensa, Representative Orlania, Representative Tang, Representative Cornell,
Present.
Representative Davis, Representative Lewis, Representative Robinson, Representative Collier, Graphic Designer Minke, President Pro Tempore Brinson, present. Government Operations Chair Tasker, Appropriations Chair Rivera Forbes, Senator Lojo, Senator Boya,
Present.
Senator Brantley,
Present.
Senator Dawkins,
Present.
Senator Clark, Senator Incambuzzi, Senator Edwards, Senator So,
Present.
Senator Jolivet, Senator Adeleke,
Present.
Senator Kelly,
Present.
Senator Amina Shan, Senator Arkani,
Present.
Senator Baywa,
Present.
Senator Grizzle,
Present.
Senator Miller,
Present.
Chief Justice Sanya, Deputy Chief Justice Alanian, Associate Justice Norwood, Associate Justice Nixon, Associate Justice Rolette, Representative Freshman Counsel, Transfer Council Representative,
Present.
we're now going to move into the minutes of the approval of the minutes. Minutes are approved. Oh.
In regards to the minutes, not sure if there needs to be a vote or anything changed for the judicial shifts for the resolution 26. Do y'all need to do you know this? I think you know this. Resolution 26, the updated vote count. Do we need to do the shift to the minutes on the floor here, or can we just do that in the background?
I think we can just do it in the background. I'm pretty sure I'd have to check, but I think that's the background. Although that would be last week's anyway. We didn't have any, so. All right, any amendments to the agenda? Senator Kelly?
Could be wrong. Is finance bill number 2 on here?
Finance bill number 2 is not on here.
I make a motion to add finance bill number 2 to the agenda.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
All right, thank you, Senator Edwards. Wait, Advisor Harris, how do we do the data so that we can see the name? Because it's not popping up with any of the names. Yeah, the numbers are assigned to a senator. All right, I can pull the data out. All right, senators, you can vote now. With a vote of 15-0-0, the motion to amend the agenda to include Finance Bill number 2 has passed. No, but because of last semester, because we had like more than 22 senators last semester, people still have their old clickers from last year. All right, are there any other amendments to the agenda? All right, hear none, see none. Any public participation or student concerns? Hear none, see none. We are now going to move into communications, advisors remarks.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. While I have the mic, I'm gonna pause on my announcements really quick. These two, our two newest senators don't have clickers. Do we need to find them? And then make a note somewhere on a piece of paper, which number, who has which number.
Gotcha.
And then I have two announcements today. First one is a bug for student activities program coming up this Thursday, around the lunch period. I think it's 11 to 2, Bite Bash. So we're doing, it's a wellness event. You can come get some free snacks and food. Our dining people are co-sponsoring it to give you some healthy options. And they'll be doing some demos, there'll be music, free food, and some giveaways, so you should stop by. It should be nice on Thursday afternoon, so come say hey. Second thing is for our paid members, reminder that timesheets are due due tomorrow by 5 p.m. So make sure you submit them so we can get you approved and you can be paid. I yield my time.
Appropriations Committee.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
I don't have much to report on, just that the appropriations committee did meet a while back. They actually focused on the supplemental requests, our allocation section in the FPSO. And today you'll actually be hearing more about a bill on some of the changes we made. That's all. With that, I yield.
Government Operations Committee.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. The Government Operations Committee met yesterday, April 14th, and we did a vote on Senate Resolution number 25, with the consensus that it is favorable. We also had a guest speaker for the co-president of the Muslim Student Association to speak on behalf of Senator Kelly's, Senate Resolution number 26 for the establishment of a prayer room. Any questions? All right, and with that, I yield.
Rules Committee. Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. The Rules Committee did in fact meet last week. We reviewed Senate Bills number 16, 18, 19, and 20. We found 16, 18, and 19 favorable with a 5-0-0 vote, and Senate Bill number 20 was also found favorable with a 4-0-1 vote. Any questions? And with that, I yield. President Rines.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. It's good to see all of you out here. I know it's getting warm and we're getting closer to the end of the year, but definitely just remember that there's still work to be done to close out the semester, close out our term. So let's just continue to stay vigilant and on top of all of our work. But did want to highlight a couple of things. So one, at 9:01 a.m. this morning, an article was sent out by TU Today. For those of you who don't know, TU Today is like Towson's university and marketing team. They send out like daily articles about things that are going on in the university. And so this morning, the article is headlined titled TU Freshman Named to USN Board of Regents. So obviously for Appropriations Chair Rivera Forbes, this is something that we've already been talking about, but it's just very, very wonderful to see your work be broadcasted. And, we're excited for all that you have upcoming to do. And, the things that you've already done, we know you have a bright future ahead of you though. So round of applause for her, please. And I also wanted to highlight the fact that, voting for the SGA Executive Board, the Senate seats and Justice seats, starts tomorrow at 9 a.m., I'm pretty sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong though, but 9 a.m. it begins and then it ends, Thursday at 4 p.m. So, please, if you're interested, please vote. Make sure you're once again being educated about the candidates that are running and everything that's going on. And then tomorrow, I know they'll be giving out donuts and shirts. So, if you want a donut or a shirt, vote. If you don't want either of those things, though, still vote. And then lastly, for our member of the week, can I get a drum roll, please? Okay, so this week's member of the week is someone who is relatively new, like, as in they came here this semester. But as soon as they were slotted in, they began, the work, a lot of hard work, because I know we ask a lot of them, not just we as an executive board, but we as an administration. I'm sure that almost everyone in this room has had some type of direct contact with this person. But she's just done an absolutely amazing job while also balancing a lot of different things on her plate. So this week's member of the week is graphic designer Minka. Are there any questions? All right, with that, I yield.
Treasurer here, treasurer, attorney general, chief of staff. All right, Department of Academic Affairs.
Good evening, everyone. So today is our Night Against Procrastination event at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Academic Commons at Cook Library. There'll be late night tutors, advisors, writing and research help, and academic coaching. And as well as snacks, prizes, and activities. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Department of Communications,
No report.
Department of Community Outreach.
Happy Taco Tuesday, y'all. All right, this is just a reminder that if you guys have completed any service opportunities and you haven't sent it to either me or Joelle, just do that as soon as possible, just so we can have it and reflect the one involved into you. And there is an upcoming service opportunity with the Office of Sustainability. It's a garlic mustard pool. Right, but, you can win money for organizations. I don't think that applies for SGA though, but it is a valid opportunity to get service hours. It's on April 25th from 1:30 to 3:30, and it's gonna be in the Glen Woods, I'm assuming. You do need to register for it, so I will be sending that out in the group me. Any questions? Okay, with that I yield.
Department of Diversity and Inclusion. Department of Governmental Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So next week, we'll be collaborating with the Office of Civic Engagement and Social Responsibility to have a tablings that are gonna be happening on Tuesday, 4/22, Friday, 4/25, and Friday, May 2nd. It's just a tabling to get insight on survey students about, how they're feeling with everything happening in our political system currently. And with that, I yield my time.
Department of Health and Wellness,
No report.
Department of Marketing.
Okay, so next week is Student Appreciation Week, and the Student Appreciation Committee has a lot of events that are planned. And the graphic will be posted tomorrow so that you guys can kind of see everything that's planned for each day. Any questions? Okay, with that, I yield.
Department of New Student Development,
No report.
Department of Special Projects,
No report.
Department of Student Services and Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, guys. I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who came out to Safety Day, and 2 quick updates. We extended the donation drive for the hub to the end of the month, so please donate because there's not a lot in there. And then Blind Date with the Book is April 23rd at 12, and we're looking for volunteers to help out with this event, so be on the lookout for a sign of genius. And that'll be service hours. Any questions? Okay, I yield.
Department of Student Organizations,
No report.
Department of Sustainability,
Happy Tiger Tuesday. This is just a reminder about our SD pop-up event happening from 3:30 p.m. till 5 p.m. on 22nd April at Tiger Plaza. And we'll have activities like calculating your carbon footprint, yoga and meditation, which is a collaboration with the Health and Wellness Department. And PW, where you can book prizes like an electric scooter. So if you have free time on the 22nd, please be sure to stop by. Any questions? Are you my time?
URG representative?
I'm representing URG today. I'm the vice president. URG will be filling vacancies by later next week for our executive board. We are hosting a drag bingo Friday evening in Pause, and we are currently in the process of training our elected members on their new or continuing duties. With that, I yield.
Sports Club Council representative?
So we met last Friday to discuss the men's soccer club suspension. We're still voting on what the actual suspension is gonna be. We're probably gonna have that decided by this week. Is there any questions? Yeah, so basically, had multiple practices where they didn't have any like safety officers, or they just were not following the sports club handbook. So basically, we met with their youth director, who's trying to become the new president next year. So we're probably gonna, the suspension ideas were probably then down a tier, they're tier 4, so probably then down to tier 3, which means like lost of home events, also some funding, so that kind of stuff. And then we're probably gonna give them forced elections and some other probations items.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, I yield.
First Gen representative?
Hey, everybody. So next Saturday, we are having our sneaker ball, so come out and wear something nice with some cool shoes. It's from 7 to 11 p.m. Students are free. Regular admission is $25. And these proceeds will be going out to our scholarship. Our scholarship is out right now, so please sign up if you apply. Let's see. Oh, and our first generation student advisory council, we are taking applications, so if you have any ideas for Gen 1, please apply. That's it. Thank you.
Cab representative?
Good afternoon. Two things. We're currently going through applications and having interviews. And then we're having a bus trip on April 26th. That information is gonna be posted on our Instagram later on this week. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Transfer student representative? Director Ali?
Going on the bus trip. Somewhere in New Jersey, that's all I can say.
Okay.
I don't remember specifically where, but it's New Jersey. Any other questions? With that, I yield.
Transfer student representative?
No report.
Freshman council representative?
Hi, everybody. Nothing much to report, just that we had a successful tabling today, and thank you to all those that came out to support us. I yield.
Are there any opinions of the court?
The judicial branch met on Monday with members of the legislative branch regarding a resolution appeal which was granted.
All right, we are now going to move into a quorum call. Senators, press yes on your clickers to indicate that you are here. With that, we have quorum. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Dawkins.
Motion to review Senate Bill 16.
Are there any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Edwards. Vote 16-0, motion to review has passed. Can Senator Grizzle and Government Operations Chair Tasker please come and present your bill?
So as stated last week, we're just making changes to Article 2 legislative branch. The changes were made to add in under Section 2 duties and responsibilities. We're adding, changing weekly to monthly, and we're adding in body instead of, adding in body instead of organizations. Under Section 3, we added 5 deliver recommendations regarding Senate bills at General Assembly and changed Vice President to Attorney General. And then we added, I said that one. And then added under Government Operations Committee, we added Vice President instead of Attorney General, and then collaborate on resolution and initiative planning. We scratched out Grant Review Committee because that is no longer a committee. Added Senate proceedings instead of any General Assembly meetings under Section 5. And then the last thing, deliver recommendations of the Rules Committee during General Assemblies and assist the Attorney General with matters concerning official SGA documents and accountability procedures. That was added as well. And struck J.
Are there any questions? Okay, thank you, Senator Grizzle and Government Operations Chair Tasker. Now, are there any motions on the floor? Senator So.
Motion to vote on Senate Bill number 16. I'll call the question. Just Senate Bill number 16.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Boyle. That, with a vote of 16-0, to call the question as passed. We're now going to move into a vote. Advisor Harris. So the simple majority voting is different, but I don't know if it'll display the exact numbers that voted a certain way. So we want to do it a hand call because this would just show the amount of numbers that voted each thing. I haven't seen it done yet, but it doesn't appear so. It appears look like the numbers will just appear under yes, no, and abstain. All right, wonderful. That sounds great. Okay. All right, voting is now open. And with a vote of 17-0-0, Senate Bill number 16 is passed. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator So?
Motion to review Senate Bill number 18.
Any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Boya. Yeah. No, 18, no, 17 original. Yeah, so the issue is that the agenda that it was just sent out has the wrong Senate bill in it. Because for some reason, both of them are denoted as Senate Bill number 18. But the one that like I wrote was the different Senate Bill number 18. Oh, you copy and pasted from last week? Oh. Yeah, there was two Senate bills denoted 18. Theirs was struck, mine is Senate Bill number 18. That's the one I had. Yeah, I can.
That would be full voting today, but two votes have already, multiple votes have already come in with only 16.
Mhm.
It's not voting. The last vote, we just did have 7 on it, but every vote was that we had 16. Really?
So I'm currently pulling up the correct agenda for this week. Yeah, mine is changing Article 3, not Article 4. The one that was sent out recently was last week's agenda, so it has Senate Bill number 18 that adjusts Article 4. Okay, so this is correct Senate Bill number 18. So we are going to do a revote on the motion to review. Are there any questions on the floor? Senator Evan Miller. Are there any seconds? Thank you, Senator Boya. With a vote of 17-0-0, the motion review has passed. I'm going to ask Government Operations Chair Tasker to please come and take my place as I present the bill. Yeah, I also have it.
Thank you, President Pro Tempore Burton. May you please present your bill to the floor?
So Senate Bill number 18 addresses the issues within the executive branch. Most of the issues are just making sure that you guys no longer have to attend budget hearings according to the bylaws, making sure that all of the titles are correct, making sure that the representatives are correct. For example, we had something in there that said the CAB representative was the director of CAB because of a part of SGA, but we made sure that they're a representative. We made sure that the Department of Governmental Affairs is correct, and any department that is no longer existing within the SGA has been removed, along with making sure that the responsibilities of each executive department has been correctly assigned.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Senator Miller?
So I know in the beginning of the bill, just the paragraph at the top, there were some representatives that were not included. Has the bill been amended to include those?
So we had a discussion regarding the bylaws, and we're just gonna do a whole new bill when it comes to additions, because all of this has been corrections. So we're just gonna do a whole new bill that adds everyone that isn't currently in it.
Thank you. I guess I was just, because the freshman council
Yeah.
representative is listed under the, bill
The
itself, but
extra,
then
but there's
not
no,
in the-
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? All right, and with that. All right, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Miller.
I'd like to call to question Senate Bill number 18.
All right, are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Yubo. All right, you all may vote now. All right, and with that, the call to question has passed. Now we will move into a vote. You have any motion on the floor? Oh, my bad. Okay, you all may vote now. Missing one senator. All right. All right, and with that, Senate Bill number 18 has passed. Thank you, President Pro Tem Brennan.
Okay, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Kelly?
Motion to review Senate Bill number 19.
Are there any seconds? Thank you, Senator Clark. And with that, the motion to review is passed. Senator Grizzle, can you please come up and present your bill?
Once again, I've been speaking with President Pro Tem Brennan to push the passing of this bill. It will give power to the committees to make amendments on legislation within their meetings. I specified that the amendments should only be made to legislation that falls under their jurisdiction, and this bill will basically officiate the work that we've already been doing within the bylaws. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Senator Grizzle. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Miller?
I'd like to call the question, Senate Bill number 19.
Are there any seconds? Thank you, Senator Boyle. That the call to question has passed. We're now going to move to a vote on Senate Bill number 19. Senator has not voted. And with a vote of 17-0-0, Senate Bill number 19 is passed. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Kelly?
To review Senate Resolution number 25.
Any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Gilbert. And with a vote of 16-1-0, the motion to review has passed. Senator Grizzle, can you once again please come up and present your bill?
Actually, can I make another motion to amend this, or would I just amend it now? Okay, motion to amend Senate Resolution 25.
Are there any seconds?
So say all the amendments, okay. Make amendments to, strike twilight tutoring hours and add in nights against procrastination.
Okay, are there any seconds? Thank you, Senator Appropriations Chair Rivera Forbes. That with a vote of 17-0, the motion to amend has passed.
Same as last week, this resolution basically implements a program built on the goals of Nights Against Procrastination, which many students struggle to attend tutoring sessions during normal hours of operation due to limited availability. So beginning fall semester 2025, the Tutoring and Learning Center will hold extended tutoring hours to occur 3 times each semester. This will allow busy students like myself to be able to get the help they need during later hours. Now, I have been in collaboration with the Director of Academic Affairs and spoken with Jeremy Boninger from the Tutoring and Learning Center, and they both have expressed support for the passing of this legislation. The amendments I have made will ensure the name of this program remains Nights Against Procrastination rather than the Twilight Tutoring Hours. Any questions?
Are there any questions? Okay, thank you, Senator Grizzle. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Kelly?
I call to question resolution number 25.
Are there any seconds? Thank you, Senator Joe Levette. Yep. 17-0, the call to question has passed. We're now going to move into a vote. And with a vote of 17-0, Senate Resolution number 25 has passed. All right, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Adeleke.
Motion to review Senate Bill number 20.
Are there any seconds? Senator So. Voting on 2 votes. Seventeen zero zero, the motion to review Senate Bill number 20 has passed. Seeing as I am the bill writer, I'm going to ask Government Operations Chair Tasker to please come and take my place.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Warburton. May you please present your bill to the floor?
I'm gonna make a motion to amend, this bill, to replace where it says advise the SGA on interpretation, application of student government, constitution, bylaws, and other governing documents, to say parliamentary procedures and Robert Rules of Order.
Do we have any motions on the floor? Do we have any seconds on the floor?
I second.
All right, thank you, Appropriations Chair Rivera Williams.
Then you're gonna take all that. The one, left of Zoom. Down, 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 down. To the left of the Zoom, on the bottom bar. Left,
Which one do you?
the blue one next to the Zoom. Yeah. Not that.
Can you repeat your amendment?
I would like to amend the part where it says the job of the parliamentarian is to, interpret, the governing documents and procedures, instead be Robert Rules of Order, and parliamentary procedures.
Can every senator vote, please? All right, and with that, the amendment has passed.
Okay, so, Senate Bill number 20, which was much discussion over the past week, is about the establishment of the parliamentarian. So essentially what the job of this person would be is to be in GA, and help us interpret and understand our Robert's Rules of Order. They would also be a point of contact that many senators could go to, especially committee heads, in order to make sure that, we are doing the right things in our committees and especially in GA. It is a position that is not supposed to overtake the position of the judicial department, but instead assist everybody in GA, especially the legislative department, in terms of our procedures, Robert's Rules of Order, and how we're supposed to interact with our governing documents. Are there any questions?
Senator Miller?
So I know during Rules Committee, we were able to talk about the content in the bill itself. We didn't necessarily get to add on to the roles that the parliamentarian may fill. So through looking through other SGA's bylaws, as well as just how other governments operate with the parliamentarian, I thought it could be worth adding into the roles of the parliamentarian to be able to review Senate legislature before it hits the floor. Because there have been a lot of issues within our Senate, myself included, for submitting grammatically incorrect or grammatically incorrect legislative bills. So I adding that into the role of a parliamentarian, I feel like would not be that far off.
You know, I think that's definitely, something we could add, and I think should add, and even be like the motion to amend, you know. Could you pull the bill back up, because I believe I said something regarding that in, section 2. Scroll up. There was something I said legislatively. Yes, I said ensure all legislative actions taken by the SGA are within the framework of the Constitution and bylaws. Kind of the interpretation I wanted there to make sure that legislation itself also was following that. And, you know, following the Constitution and bylaws is putting things in the right format. So that was the intention with item C and item B. I got that incorrect. But regarding your amendment, I do believe the bylaw is a living and breathing document. So if my version of it is unclear, I do believe that is something we should add on or change later.
I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Director Ali. Senator Grizzle.
I'll give my time to Director Ali.
Thank you.
This is a second reading, right? So it's not only non-debatable questions.
You can say anything like you.
Okay, do you have any idea or any plans of what you would require this parliamentarian to have prior to coming into SGA? That's my first question. The second question is, how would you implement training the parliamentarian?
So a lot of their training would be making sure that they understand, not only the Robert's Rules of Order and stuff like that, because I know that a lot of us, we get trained, but especially with the Senate, a lot of our training is about learning motions and scopes and stuff like that, and not really understanding them. So it's more about understanding. We would like to have them have like a place where they can be easily accessible, possibly discuss having a gavel and stuff like that. So we would want them to be able to be a person that could be outspoken, understand the rules. So a lot of the training would be, not just about writing stuff. It's essentially the training that you would give the Senate, but you're cutting out a lot of the writing stuff and emphasizing more of the understanding of things, not just knowing of things. That's kind of what we had in mind, of just someone that you take this one section of what we learn and you just kind of expand it, because I know as senators, especially with my own training, we had to learn a lot. And that's why some of the stuff of governing documents, may shrink down in our brain because there's a lot of other things we have to do focus on. But for them, we would just say, all right, you don't have to worry about writing, you don't have to worry about this, just understand this. That's kind of what the training would be, an extended version of the Senate training.
Are there any other questions on the floor? Senator Loja.
Right, so this is not gonna be a paid position, right?
Yes, correct. Currently in mind, we don't have it as in mind as a paid position.
Can you tell me why?
Because we believe that their job is more GA focused, so there's not as many opportunities for them to do office hours. If we were to expand their role more into a role that is more present in committees, because currently we have them as an advisor to committees, then we would possibly consider adding them to 10 hours, and paid. But since they are a 5-hour employee, that's what all the other unpaid members do, and we don't want them to get special treatment. So, yeah.
Thank you. I recommend a member of the Senate yield their time to Director Ali. Senator Yeboah.
I yield my time to Director Ali.
Thank you.
Currently, Director of Communications writes down how motions, like when motions are passed, like that type of stuff. As the senators go through them, would that become the parliamentarian's job, because they're making sure that all Senate activities, I don't know the other word for it, activities are following the Constitution? So would that become the parliamentarian's job?
Yeah, that's something we definitely had in mind, where the parliamentarian would host things regarding voting records.
All right, are there any other questions on the floor? Are there any motions? Senator Grizzle.
All the questions, Senate Bill 20.
Are there any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Appropriations Chair Rivera. On two senators. All right, and with that, the call to question has passed and we'll move into a vote. All right, and with that, Senate Bill number 20 has passed. Thank you, President. Pro Tem.
Floor. Senator Sung.
Motion to inquire Senate Bill number 21.
Are there any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Boyle. Vote 16-0, the motion to inquire has passed. Can Senator Yaboya and Senator Miller please come up and present your bill? Senator, I don't think I.
This is an amendment to the financial policy for student organizations, Article 5, Section 1 regarding supplemental request forms.
Under Article 5 supplemental allocation, Section 1 supplemental request forms, we added a D which says, in a supplemental request application, it's up to the discretion of the appropriation committee, which is chaired by the appropriations chair, under the advisory of the treasurer. Budget committee will serve as ex-official members.
So the thought process with this one with appropriations committee was that it was brought to our attention that for supplemental requests, there was not a given place for them to go to. So we wrote in that for supplemental request, it should go to the appropriations committee. And since it's dealing with the semester budgets, we put the budget committee members as ex officio members so they could come and give input weighing into the whole budget process. But they would not be voting members in that matter.
This bill will also be beneficial to reinforce collaboration between both committees as well. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Grizzle.
Motion to review finance bill number 2.
Are there seconds? I second. Thank you, Senator Clark. And with that, the motion to review Senate Bill of Finance Bill number 2 is passed. Senator Kelly, can you please come up and present your bill?
Finance bill number 2 is the bill to fund student organizations for the fall 2025 semester. We had budget hearings, budget deliberation. It's all pretty much been decided.
Okay, are there any questions? Got it. Because it wasn't in the finance bill folder. All right, here is finance bill number 2. If there's any questions, comments, or concerns about any of the budgets of any of these organizations, please raise your hand. Are there any questions? Okay, once, twice. All right. Thank you, Senator Kelly. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Miller.
I'd like to call question finance bill number 2.
Second. I second. Thank you, Senator Saab. Vote of 16-0, the call to question is passed. We're now going to move into a vote on finance bill number 2. Vote. With a vote of 16-0, the vote on finance bill number 2 has passed. All right, are there any announcements? Chief of Staff, Sonia.
Just a reminder, lost it, hold on. Yeah, Student Appreciation Week is coming up. Attend to all our events, please, guys. And then also, transition material is due in 2 days. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot. Questions? Reminder on who we send it to. Mary? Any other questions? Okay, so then I yield the floor.
Are there any other announcements? Director Matabupa.
Possible question, no, like question for earlier. Is there a possibility of an extension?
I mean, no. But if you have like a solid reason as to why you can't have it done in 2 days. I mean, we're students first, so. But like, that doesn't mean everybody say, oh, I have X, Y, and Z coming up. But like, if you genuinely can't get it done in 2 days, then just let us know. Any other questions? Okay.
All right, any other announcements? Okay, senators, please come up and return your clickers. Make sure everybody's nameplates are in the box. And if you happen to have any paper, please recycle it, although no one has any agendas. And with that, are there any motions on the floor? Appropriation Chair Rivera Force. Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Yaboya. Don't start packing up yet. We haven't adjourned. And with a vote of 16-0-0, General Assembly's been adjourned.
Hey, hey.